Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of Sleep is for Billionaires, the podcast brought to you by Stop the Banking and TTV. I am your host, Johnny Vegas. Now today I got a very special guest, iHeart Radio DJ Flip is in the house. What's going on, my boy?
Bro, you doing good?
Oh, life is good. Can't complain. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Getting used to Cali, getting used to the weather out here, the girls, just the food, the tacos. I'm doing good, man. Living life.
Don't get too distracted, though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay focused, man. You know what I mean? But now tell the people your story, man. Like, I know not too beginning, like where you were born and stuff, but when you found the DJing being your passion and what got you to LA.
What got me to LA was pretty much just, it all started with radio.
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago, I came back to Florida to take care of my mom's.
Okay.
And, I had a program director that gave me the opportunity to be on the radio.
Yeah.
I jumped on it, started meeting labels, started connecting with people, artists, managers, started building my brand, my network from there. I recently just done a lot of projects for a certain label.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, it popped off. And they told me just come out here one day. You know what? I came out here one day, they opened that door for me, and here I am, Anybody from, like Def Jam, Warner Brothers, Atlantic, I always built a good relationship with those guys. And I always took care of them. So the more you take care of somebody, they're going to take care of you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, just like that.
That's what's up, man. So what opportunities have you gotten since you've been in LA that kind of have been, like, life-changing and conducive to your career goal?
I would say my biggest opportunity right now is actually just working with people that work for Hollywood.
Okay.
I met somebody that's in Hollywood right now that does movies, that does photography, production, producing, and
can you say who or no?
I can't say right now.
It's cool.
It's behind the scenes.
Okay.
You know how the industry is. The industry's always working behind the scenes.
Right.
And you never want to give anybody your secrets. You just gotta trust the process.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with you 100%, man. So that's what's up, bro. So how'd you get in with iHeart?
iHeart? I would say about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, when I moved back to Florida from California.
Yeah.
So I was here before. I walked into a radio station, 105.5 The Beat. It was a program editor named Eric, the funky one.
Yeah.
Shouts to Eric, we don't talk much, like you're a cool dude, bro, but he's the one that opened that door for me. And then when I got to iHeart, I was just like a short part-time mixer. I was on like the late shifts, like 1 a.m. After that, I just started killing it, and then it just moved to 11 p.m. prime spot,
Yeah.
And then after that, that's how I got on radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you do parties at all, or you just focus straight on radio?
No, anything. I'm diverse. If you need a quinceañera, if you need a wedding, if you need if you need artist management, it's more just DJing, bro. It's like you have to be a jack of all trades in this, It's not just about the mixing part. What else can a DJ do to put on the table? So I'm diverse with everything.
That's good, bro. That's good. So I know being a DJ, you get bombarded with a lot of artists trying to hit and music and basically wanting you to give them opportunities. So I want to know, how should an artist approach a DJ to get the result that they're looking for, which is obviously to get their music heard or played? What would be the best approach?
Okay, so before I give you the best approach, the first thing, don't ever give me a YouTube link or a SoundCloud link. I don't want to see that. I want to see who you are as a person first. I want to see what you're about, I want to see what you have else other than just music going on. Do you have gear? Do you have equipment? Do you have a product to sell,
Right.
Once I know that I discover you and you have more than just your music going on and you have a good social media presence, I'm going to work with you, The one thing that I know what an artist needs the most is presentation,
Okay.
You got to have a good presentation of yourself. If I look at your Instagram, you got somewhat, like 5,000 followers. You have, a decent amount of following. You have good media coverage. You have good exposures. You're always in the studio. You're always doing music, and you're out there, being active on the streets.
Right.
I would like to approach you just because I know your work. I know what you're doing.
Right.
So.
Okay. Have you ever had a situation where artists kind of came at you, didn't come correct? Kind of like, try to force the situation or be rude or unprofessional?
Yeah. It's just that one word thing. Yo. I don't respond to yo the second time, yo. I'm not gonna respond to that. That's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know, come at me in a different way. You know, give me a good presentation. You know, your first, presentation to me is like what matters the most.
Right.
It's all about your first presentation of yourself.
That makes sense. So, tell me, what does a new artist need now to really pop themselves off? You know what I'm saying? Could it be a good record? Could it be the right team? Like money? Like, what do you think?
Social media presentation is one. You know, we live in a generation now where everything's on cell phones,
right?
On computers, on the internet. Self-presentation. It doesn't start with just one person. Just because you're the artist doesn't mean that you run the whole show. You have to have a team. You gotta have your DJ. You gotta have your management. You gotta have your, your photography, your media production. You gotta have somebody like that can invest into you.
Right.
Once you find the right person that wants to invest into you and you have that full team, teamwork makes the dream work. Right. That's what I was taught.
Okay. And what speaking of teamwork, like what kind of team have you developed to help maintain your success?
I pretty much developed a team of, I would say, everybody that's back in Florida, that's my team.
Okay.
My artists back there, my producers, my engineers, my DJs, that's my team right there. And every other place that I lived in, Atlanta, DC, California, everybody out there, that's all my team right there. Everybody's gonna start somewhere. Everybody has an asset to them. If you're out there working and you're full time, and you're on the same hustle as I am, you're on my team. You're tribe.
Right.
That's who I see. That's what my team is right there. That's my big network that I have.
Okay, gotcha. It seems like everything's going well for you. I mean, came out here chasing a dream just like me, got the one-way ticket, left the family back there. How do they feel about all your success? The family you left behind and everything.
It's emotional. I mean, I would say that like my mom doesn't understand what I'm going through. She doesn't know what an entrepreneur is. My girl doesn't talk to me. Sorry, not my girl, but my ex now. Heartbreaking that somebody doesn't want to see you be successful out there in a different area, 3 hours away. It's sad because you do this for them. You do this for the people that you love, and they will understand when you make it. But the one thing about it is like when you do make it, is it too late for them to come back to you, or are you gonna go back to them? That's the one thing. When you make it to the top, what's really gonna happen? How's this really gonna end up? Are we gonna be friends again, or are we gonna go back together? That's the one thing I'm always curious about. When I make it to that top level, I want to see what it's really about.
Now you talk a lot about making it to this top level. What's your definition of success?
Definition of success? It's just to take that big leap of faith, to the next level. If you take a loss, if you take an L, let's just say that I moved out here and I didn't get anything done, It's not like I took an L, I took a lesson learned,
Right.
Like, I would say that, like, let's just say that I run out of income, right, or my car breaks down. How am I going to get to places, You have to move around it. You can't just give up, keep going. That's success right there. Success is when you don't stop. If you stop, that's when your success goes down a drain.
Right.
So
that makes sense. So from the time that you decided to leave to California and made it here, has everything gone according to plan? Were there bumps in the road?
Oh, a lot of bumps in the road.
Yeah.
A lot of things are unexpected. When you're actually happy and excited to go to that one meeting,
yeah,
and you feel like this is the one right meeting, this is not the one right meeting. You gotta keep going. A lot of bumps. I'm still going through those bumps. I would say that make sure that you always put your hands on everything. Grow your seeds. So just focus on one project. Focus on multiple projects. Make sure that if one project falls off, you have another one to work on.
Got it. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years? Multi-millionaire. That's pretty much it. I'm after the money right now.
Right.
I'm after the money. I can see myself taking care of my mom, making sure that I found those right doctors, those right cures to help diabetes and high blood pressure, I'm Filipino.
Yeah.
So, what I know is about a lot of Filipinos, they're all diabetic, high blood pressure because of the things they eat. And, I know right now in this generation, there's things to reverse that. There's things to reverse high blood pressure and diabetics.
Yeah.
You know? Diabetes, sorry about that, yeah.
Nah, I feel you. Yeah. It's crazy, man. I had a family member go through the diabetes thing, taking the insulin shots. My cousin's currently dealing with cancer. My grandmother died of cancer. So it's, yeah, man, you gotta take care of yourself, man. You gotta eat the right stuff, man. You know, they trying to poison us out here, you know, control the population, but that's a whole another story, man. So, how you feel about Donald Trump as our president, brother?
Doesn't affect me at all. You know, I would say that I'm my own business, you know? Like, cool, he's doing his thing right now. He became president. He wanted to be who he wanted to become to be. I want to become who I want to become. Right. You know? So, you know, it's fine. I'm not into the politics like that. I'm in it for myself. So, you know, good luck to him.
No, that's a good answer. Every time I ask somebody that, it's always, oh, fuck this nigga, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's always a negative talk, you know, but just like we had the conversation before, how Jay does his interviews or whatever, that's exactly what I was talking about, what you just did.
Exactly.
So that's what's up. That's definitely what's up, man. So, so have you had any success with working with major artists through your career after being in LA? And if so, how?
I would say from before I got to LA, I have worked with major artists, but behind the scenes.
Like who?
Anything from Kanye West, Nas. I've worked with a lot of people in the labels, you know, like whenever, let's just say that they need a mix show edit done, you know, for the DJs. A lot of DJs can't mix the way they used to. They need intro edits. I go ahead and clean up the songs, make sure there's no cuss words on it, make sure the edit's proper, that way a DJ can mix it. And that matters the most, especially on radio. On radio, when a record needs to be played and there's no cuss words on, like, you know, there's a lot of cuss words on it, you gotta bleep them out for the kids.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it wasn't for like DJs like me and like a lot of other editors out there, you know, those type of records would not be on air right now as we speak. And we made that from. You know, okay. You always have to respect the DJs. Right. You know, DJs are the ones that break the records.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that whole respecting the DJ, because I noticed there was like when hip hop started, it was all about the DJ, and the rapper was like hyping up the DJ. Then shortly, well, a few years after, the rapper became the forefront, the DJ stood back. But then there was a time in the early 2000s where DJs was getting record deals for albums, you know, and even DJ Khaled still does it till this day. But now I'm starting to see that, you know, people are not giving those opportunities to DJs. It's almost like it's just the rapper now. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about that, where the game kind of took a turn, not showing the DJ as much love with the job opportunities?
I would say that it's just because of the era that we live in. You know, the way how DJs are now. A lot of DJs are mixing house music, EDM. They're away from the elements of real DJing because of all the technology we have now. We have controllers. Controllers, we can't really scratch and mix that much on them, man. Like, you know, it ruined the whole concept of the DJ. So, like, you know, now we're at an era where, like, artists are just working with themselves and not focused on a DJ, because new generation DJs are not about the hip-hop scene or how to create records without artists. You know, like, DJs are artists themselves, you know, like, we create things, we have a vision, we have like what it takes just to make a crowd jump happy because of the things that we play. You know, so like I would say like right now we're at that era, but music repeats itself. You know, like it goes into a whole circle.
What do you mean by that?
I would say that like right now, you know how we had the 90s hip hop with Tupac, Biggie. You know, now we had that generation of Tupac, Biggie with Triple X passing away and he shot in Miami. We have Kodak Black in jail right now. Like,
I think he just came home.
He just came home right now. You know, shouts to Kodak. You know, he's ripping it for Florida. You know, I really hope you do make bigger hits than what you have right now. Just keep going to the top.
Right. That's what's up. So tell me, what's the best way you feel, in your opinion, because I'm sure DJs have their own technique, but what's the best way or the most effective way to break a new artist record?
A new artist?
A record.
A record. I would say to break a record right now, you have to have a lot of power behind it. You have to have your DJ. You got to have your marketing. You got to have your connections. You know, if you don't have the right DJ, I believe it starts with the DJ first. Right. You know, if you don't have that right DJ to break your record, how else is your music gonna be out there? Mm-hmm. You know, like industry right now, like people don't want to listen to new records. They only want to listen to what they have that's inside the circuit right now. Mm-hmm. It's just that right now I feel like the industry is like low on budget for making real artists, and now like the whole scene is independent. So like now you do need that team to break that record on radio. You need to go after the DJs that are on radio, on iHeart, that are on platforms. You know, such as Shaq for radio. You know, shout out to Shaq. You know, he's got a lot of big things going on right now.
He's still DJing too, right?
He's DJ Diesel.
Yeah.
You know, like he just got
off tour. Still a cop?
I don't know what he is.
He was at Ep2 for a while.
He's everything. He puts his hands on everything.
Yeah, he was Superman once.
I don't know what Shaq's doing, but he's a chameleon. You know, like Shaq's done his thing.
Still doing it.
Yeah. So like when you find out that right DJ to play records, do that. You know, but when you really do have that budget, I say go to your A&Rs, go to your label reps, go to somebody that knows somebody. You know, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Right.
And you gotta go to the people that know people that have that network.
Right.
And that's how you're gonna pop off a record.
Okay.
You know, unless you wanna go viral and be crazy like, that Catch Me Outside girl, like, now she's signed to Atlantic. Now she's making hit records because she found the right person that wants to bring her to that industry. Go right ahead, grind, do what you gotta do. But it takes one person to bring you to the next level. That knows somebody. So find that right person.
Now, what about in the club, like when you DJ at parties or whatever, trying to break a new record there, what do you think would be the most effective technique? Because I know some DJs, like, they'll probably play the hook after a song that's the same BPM of a hit song, and then kind of do that for a few weeks and slowly creep in the verse, and then until the whole song can be played, or at least a good amount to where the crowd is kind of familiar with it.
Yeah, so I would say artist presentation. You would have to have the artist there with you. Why would I want to break a song when you're not there? I want you there right next to me. That way I can just drop the bombs, drop the horns. Shout out to Johnny right here. He's got a new record. Like he's out here right now popping bottles in the club. Show some love. Here's his new hit. When you're shouting that artist out and he's there at the club, people want to get that attention. Like, oh, he's over there. Dang, he's got like 5 bottles of Henny. Yeah. He's somebody. That's how you're gonna get your name noticed out there, is when the artist is there in present time. I can't have you in the studio. I can't have you at home. When I just Snapchat the record being played. I want you there with me. I want you to actually be present in there. So that's how I feel what it takes now to get a record broken from somebody that's independent. Yeah,
that makes sense, bro. So now, do you think it's harder for a new artist to get signed, being that there's so many resources to do it on your own independently, that the labels are kind of looking at it, okay, well, if you could do it on your own, go ahead, do it on your own, and then when you get the numbers, we'll talk then.
Well, that's the thing, though. What's the whole point of going to a label when you can do it on your own? Your label is your investor. Your label is what represents, you. Like you're representing the label. You're doing that deal of making them money. Why not do it independently, The only time when I see someone going to a label is when they want that artist to make movies and to take their audience, I just feel like there's no point in being with a label right now unless it's an independent label like QC, Control Quality. I've worked with them in Atlanta. They got a good thing going on, They're getting artists up and right. Trippie Redd, Lil Baby, Migos, Cardi B,
Yachty.
Yeah, Lil Yachty. They're signed to a major label because they need that.
For distribution, right?
For distribution. But at the same time, it's like, why not get signed to an independent label and move the way you want to move right now, without being restricted of releasing a song. I think right now, currently right now, for any artist right now, is go independent and build your brand, your platform up.
Okay. How long do you think the trap era, mumble rap phase is going to last?
It's still going to last for quite a while. I think hip-hop right now is at that time where there's different types of hip-hop. There's hip-hop rock, there's hip-hop EDM, there's hip-hop, there's real hip-hop, lyric hip-hop. hip hop has taken over the market. It's bigger than rock music. You know, it's the biggest music that has taken over this generation now.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think it's going anywhere at all. I feel that it's still gonna be around because people like it. People want to hear the beat more than just the lyrics now. You know, it's just that movement, it's that energy that you get out of that. I like trap records, you know. I like mumble rap, you know.
Yeah,
like
I like it too.
Yeah, I'm from the South, you know. I was raised in Florida, you know. So like, we're about that, you know. And like, my back door is Atlanta. So yeah, I'm gonna look at mumble rap because I was raised out there, you know. Like, if you hate on it, like, you know, hate's a bad word, you know. Appreciate it because you know why? They got more money than you right now.
Right.
And they're making it, you know. They set that trend off. They had the right people to market it, and there you go. You know, that's it.
Yeah, I don't even know why they call it mumble rap because if you listen to the words, like they're saying something, they're just saying it in that cadence, that flow. You know what I'm saying? But the somebody with the untrained ear will just hear mumbling. So I guess that's where the name came from. But yeah, some of those artists, like they say a lot. You know, even like Offset, you know, he might jump from one idea to the other in the whole 16. But when you listen to the whole verse as a whole, you know, he got from point A to Z. If you know what he's talking about, if you understand the lingo. You know, so I could dig it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of it also. You know, I do mumble raps. I try to be more legible with my words so you can understand me clearly. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, to each his own, man. Yeah. But that's what's up, man. So you got anything new coming up? You know, any big opportunity we should know about?
There's a lot of big projects going on right now. You know, some of it's really behind the scenes because I do work more behind the scenes now than I do in public. I'm not in the clubs like I used to. I'm over here developing artists, you know. I'm over here doing stuff behind the scenes, so when it comes to the light, they're going to get all the shine they need, you know. And I'm just going to be there making sure that it's done properly, you know, and done right.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a lot of things we're working on right now. It's just that, you know, it's not for the ears, it's for the eyes to see.
That's a fact. That's what's up. Now, do you think artist development will ever come back as a division for a label, you know? Because now that we have the opportunity to do it ourselves, do you think a label will ever spend money to develop an artist when they can do it themselves?
No, because right now, what a label sees right now is that, like, you had to build everything all around before they accept you. So, like, there is no point for a team to be in artist development for a label when all they do is just going to give you the check.
Right.
It's all about, honestly, it's all about right now how you're going to manage yourself to get it to the top. It's about your team. Right. So, no, I don't think there's no way for artists development right now.
Yeah, honestly, I just think it was just budget cuts. Like,
it's budget cuts. Big budget cuts. Yeah. You know, walking to some of these labels right now, like, I love those guys, you know. They're helpful. They're jolly, you know, like, they have passion for it. But, like, you know, the last time I walked into an office, like, you don't see a lot of traffic in there. You see about 4 or 5 people, and that's it. You know, and then they just make sure that the records go, you know, towards the directions that they want, you know, towards the markets that they need to hit. So that's how it is right now. I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's more of third-party, you know, guys that are just doing the work more than just being directly with the label because of budget cuts. The game has changed big time.
I see that, man. You know, for some artists, they say it becomes more difficult for them to kind of get on, but it's just more legwork they got to put in, more information they need to look up, and more markets they need to hit on their own. You know, but it all requires knowledge and money, man, and resources. So if you ain't got it, you got to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
You gotta get that bag.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you for all the information, man. I hope you artists are listening out there. You know what I'm saying? Take heed to the information he just gave you. Make sure you come correct to these DJs. Make sure you got your team and everybody's playing the position you need them to play in order for the whole situation to move forward, so on and so forth, man. But yo, where can the people look you up and get in tune with you, man, get in touch with you and all that?
Everything, Twitter, Instagram, any type of social media. Ozone, shouts to Ozone, they just verified me on there. It's a good a good application for the music industry and people that are about their craft to jump on. You know, all my social media name is Flip the Plug. That's DA Plug. So Flip the Plug. I'm not your average plug. I'm not like, you know, so dope dealer. I'm your industry plug. So you need help with, like, you know, any type of thing, you know, just hit me up. I'm there. I'm on social media.
Yeah, man. First consultation is free. After that, you know what I'm saying, So whatever he charging 10% for his manager.
Actually, I'm charging 15, you know. So.
There it is. Yo, you just tuned into another episode of Sleepers for Billionaires, the podcast, man. I believe this is episode 13, but hey, we still going, man. We trying to get to 100 by December. So keep watching, man. Salute, man. DJ Flip, once again, my brother, I appreciate you. You're going to see a lot of work coming from us too, you heard? Stay tuned. Shout out to the water boys in the building, you heard? We out here.
Peace.
Boom.